Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. This is your boy Ray. What's up, Hipster Nation? Yes, the only Dixon shirt I own is not a flannel, it's a t-shirt. Not trying to, you know, there's no credit due for them. I'm not sponsored by them or none of that. I just really love the Dixon, the Old Souls t-shirt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It's a great t-shirt. So today, yes, a lot of people said, Ray, you're doing a lot of stuff on The View, man. You love The View. No, I don't love The View. Those ladies they give you great content if you're going to do this stuff. So, because they have meltdowns. And today we're going to jump into how they react over Trump's inauguration and first day. So let's jump over here and do this real quick. Let's get down here, present, share screen. Yes. Ladies of The View. Boom. Okay. And if you're ready, we will jump into this.
Welcome to The View. How is everybody?
Great. Maybe not as good as you. You are just bouncing.
I don't know.
It kind of seems like the Trump dance, though.
What?
Which looks like he's milking some sort of something.
The Trump
You
dance?
have milk a cow. It's very
Oh,
good,
my
but of course
Lord.
you have to have two cows, one over here, one over here.
Well,
So as we mentioned last,
you've got the cows right there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cows right there. There's one over there, one over there. So she said it, not me.
week, Whoopi is out
Yeah, we
because
know.
of a previous
Whoopi.
work commitment, and she'll be
Yeah,
back
yeah.
next week. Sorry.
You mean she's going to
She'll be back.
perform?
She'll be
But
back.
she'll be
Make
back.
money somewhere?
So yesterday, did something happen?
Oh, my
Did something
Lord.
happen yesterday?
Yes, it was
These
Martin
ladies are
Luther
nuts.
King Day.
Yes.
Yeah, we know it was Martin Luther King Day. Great. And I got a toboggan on because it's 3 degrees outside, guys.
Well, in addition to Martin Luther King Day,
What?
a certain person, Donald Trump, was sworn back into the White House as the 47th president.
They're just
Now,
nuts.
high-profile Democrats were in attendance along with Republican officials
Boy,
who
they
all
have
sat
meltdown.
behind big tech oligarchs with the best seats in the House. Yeah. Trump gave a preview of what we're in for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Take a look.
No, she
A
just
recent
can't handle it,
election
can
is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal for American citizens.
she? Here's what I don't like. Here, let's get through. We all seen this.
Through them by ripping families apart and
Okay.
punishing anyone who doesn't fall in line.
Whatever. Go forward. These ladies
I
is why
watched
a
the
lot
whole
of
thing
people.
because I have a certain masochistic streak
Uh-oh,
in me.
you mean
You
she
do.
What
watched
about the rest
Trump?
of you?
Yeah,
She's truly a
I watched
fan.
it. Just the speech part. A lot of the revelry. It was hard because this is not someone I voted for, so I did not feel like sitting around and
You're a
watching it. But
Republican?
the speech
Whatever.
itself, I remember when it was done, my first reaction was, what is this country he speaks of? Because I immediately couldn't reconcile the way I see the country and the people and how it is right now and where he saw it. He didn't say carnage, but he said carnage pretty much in everything else. You remember the reference from his first inauguration when he said carnage. I just kind of felt this dark feeling. And then he had this kind of martyr-like, you guys are downtrodden and almost irreparable. You can't save this place, but I can. And
Whatever.
it had this godlike complex without any Jesus
What?
qualities. It was.
Okay, no, wait a minute. No. Half the country stood up and voted this man in because we had enough of you guys' woke, crazy agendas that you kept trying to push on everybody. That's the thing. You people are just, you can't understand that we are, we didn't want Biden's policies.
Kind of like a juxtaposition, but
Oh my God.
I was really
call
disappointed, not
yourself a
surprised, just to be
Republican,
clear,
a
but
conservative.
disappointed that there wasn't one kind thing to say about the
Now, let me just say one thing. This is for entertainment purposes only, guys. Everybody's got a right to their own opinion, just like me. I'm doing this. This is my opinion. These ladies have a right to their own opinion.
going administration, because
Au
even
contraire, he was merciless to the outgoing.
That's
what
my
he
Oh,
was.
point. That's my point.
exactly, because
even
they've
if
wrecked
you
this
are,
country.
even if you find it
Did
really
not
hard,
give
there
them
could have
any
been.
credit
They
for
spent the
what?
morning together. They had a welcome tea. The President
Something I'd
Biden
have
and Vice
never
President
done.
Harris did everything we
Never.
all criticized Donald Trump throughout the door. They did all the traditions of handing off the baton, and he couldn't even muster up one small thing to say thank you.
Okay, but if you watched the inauguration and you watched the speech, you said you watched the speech. Did you notice the 8 to 10 Democrats that sit there never once clapped for anything about when Donald Trump talked about peace overseas and peace in the world and bringing our country, making it richer and better? Even when he talked about the oil and energy, they wouldn't even clap. You know why? Because they're the ones that shut it down. They don't want us using our oil and our energy. They want us slaving and buying from other countries so we can be controlled and they can make their millions of dollars. And they keep talking about this oligarch, Elon Musk and oligarchy and all these people coming together. Hey, I'd rather smart people run this country than illiterate, dumb, dimension people that don't even know how to put their slippers on in the morning run this country. So I prefer the Elon Musk, the smart people that are sending rockets into space. I mean, do you see any of the Democrats that's doing that? But here's the key thing. Elon Musk was a Democrat. Joe Rogan was a Democrat, liberal, whatever, Democrat. They voted left. Until, if you don't believe me, go watch their interviews, Joe Rogan's podcast and Elon Musk talking. They were pushed so far to the left. The left had pushed so many crazy agendas on the country. They were like waking up. Wait a minute. We have to wake up. This is not right. So they actually have common sense, and they woke up and said, wait a minute, we're not with this anymore. Old school Democrat, we could have got with in the middle or whatever. But this woke stuff, we cannot do. So that's why they pushed. And then they kept saying, well, we need a Joe Rogan. The left kept saying, we need a Joe Rogan. Kamala Harris needs a Joe Rogan. You had Joe Rogan. He was yours. And you guys pushed him to Trump, to the right. And why? Because the right is better. Right lane is always better. Right lane is for stock. Right lane is for the best conservatives. So
For kindly welcoming us back or something. It was
he didn't need to welcome
it was
them.
a kind of a gut punch of sorts.
Well,
Well, that's
good.
not who he is.
They've run
right?
this country.
He's
They have
not a
run this
statesman.
country in the ground.
That's not who he is.
This lady here now.
I decided to protect my peace.
Okay, hang on. I just want to say one thing. Sonny, if she did not, just watch.
And celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day yesterday. So I did not.
She better be celebrating her husband before he gets to beep, 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 go and get behind where the J6ers were in prison for 100 years for the RICO cases.
I watch the inauguration. My sorority sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority
Must
Incorporated had a
be
service
nice.
day in Harlem yesterday,
Huh.
and I enjoyed that.
My
I
law
watched. I went
sisters.
to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Because she is a lawyer, she says.
And watched
Love B-dubs.
Notre Dame. Unfortunately, not be victorious, but I went with a bunch of my law school buddies, and we ate
law school
wings.
buddies.
And thank you, Tony, who's the manager there.
So you're a lawyer, you graduated law school, you have your sorority sisters, your law school buddies, all these rich people. You're rich, your husband's filthy rich through, these alleged, insurance fraud cases in this RICO case. Here's the thing though, they're filthy rich, but she comes on this show every day with such a black-hearted negativity, man. Please can we not just get the country together? Can we not come together, guys? I don't hate people. I don't dislike Democrats. I've got friends that are Democrats. Just because we don't get into politics doesn't mean we can't be friends, because we don't talk about that stuff. Because we know we we disagree on certain things, but we agree mainly on more things than we disagree on. See what I mean? And we get along. We enjoy friendships.
There for making me
These
feel
ladies
good.
don't do.
But the
They
one
don't.
thing that I
Okay,
that,
you
that
didn't watch it,
I
so why do you
did,
have an opinion on it?
Think about.
That's what I don't believe. Yes, we're all entitled to opinion, but if you're at Buffalo Wild Wings and you're eating wings with your law buddies and your sorority sisters and all your rich white suburban friends, and because you know you live in a big white gated community with white people, because you're not ghetto, you're not in the ghetto, you know, you're not in the black communities, you don't live there, you're not. I don't know why they want to keep acting like, oh, we feel the inner city's pain, we feel the black community's pain. No, you don't. No, you don't. Your home, your bank account, where you live, I guarantee you, you may have maybe 1 to 2 people, black people in your community, in your neighborhood, I mean, and the rest are white people, and you're whining and dining and eating at their houses every night, their parties, just like the white people sitting around your table. But listen to this.
Was the hypocrisy of having a man
Oh my God.
be inaugurated to be president
My Lord.
on the same day as we commemorate MLK. And that same man saying that he was going to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The irony of it.
The irony of
Yeah.
it, because Martin Luther King not only wanted racial equality,
Wait a
he
minute. Wait a
wanted
minute.
economic
yeah.
equality.
But didn't
Yeah.
And that is something,
Martin Luther King
that people tend to miss. And I want to remind people that he said that Black Americans deserved reparations for the injustices they faced. He argued that reparations were a form of.
lady, that was in the 1960s. Can you please stop?
Justice, in fact, not charity. And he said, quote, it's
He
all right.
said, quote, you should be judged on your merit, not the color of your skin, but your performance and who you are.
Right to tell a man to lift himself by his own bootstraps, but it is cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
Yeah.
And so in thinking about that, and
This
Donald
lady is-
Trump saying things that this country would be a meritocracy, you're talking about a man who didn't become the president of the United States because of merit.
Yes,
He
he
hasn't
did.
he had
His first 4 years was great. He had so many good things going for this country.
no political experience whatsoever. He had no business experience. He was given everything that he has.
Wait a minute. He has no business experience. He built New York practically. How many buildings and casinos have you had your name on, Sonny? I mean, really, Trump, I don't care if he's no longer has a casino or he lost it. That doesn't matter. He had it. How many golf courses does the man own overseas and in the United States? Do you have that? Any of you ladies?
He is a legacy hire. He is, if anything, a
legacy
DEI
hire.
hire.
What?
A didn't earn it hire.
Oh
And so-
my God. Do you hear that? She said Trump is a DEI hire because he didn't have any political experience. That's why they hate him so much on the left, because he's a businessman. We don't need a dirty politician with his hands in everybody's pockets running our country. We need term limits. We don't need people like Joe Biden up there for 55 years and making millions of dollars off of us and other countries, and then pardon his whole family and his own brothers and sisters and grandkids. Why did he pardon his granddaughter? Because they were ciphering through those LLCs and, allegedly, the kids and their grandkids was getting money and then paying it back to Joe as loan payments, paying back. But The View,
those were just
Man.
some of the things that I was thinking
Yeah.
about.
So
Okay.
This
I watched
lady
it. I
is-
always watch the inauguration. I was covering it for CNN as well. But I was watching and thinking it's time to retire the phrase normalizing Donald Trump. Donald Trump is normalized, whether you like
Thank
it or not.
you.
75 million
Thank
people
you.
voted for him.
Now you say you're a Republican, but I think you follow the money where it goes because you jumped on there to bash Trump these last 10 years, lady, or however long you've been on The View. She says she's a conservative. She says she's a Republican, but I don't believe it. I believe she's a money chaser. But that's my opinion. Like I said, we all have opinions. But she says her family voted for Trump, but she don't vote for Trump, whatever. I believe she did vote for Trump.
Is now as much a part of American history as George Bush,
Right.
Barack Obama, and any other two-term president.
That's right.
And I was shocked by the
He will go down in history as the best president, one of the best presidents that's ever lived. He will go down better than a Barack Obama. People ain't even saying Barack Obama's name anymore, man. That dude's out. You know, what's he going to go down for? Bad health care? Obamacare? That's something that's bad, expensive. You can't afford. It won't cover nothing.
imagery of he left 4 years ago in disgrace. He left. Barely anyone showed up when he announced his reelection 2 years
Whatever.
ago. And now he came back to DC like a conquering king. He had the biggest titans of industry there. He had, and finally, and I'm going to call it out when he does something that I think is dangerous.
Because I was in the region. Okay, that region is full of crazy people who don't like the United States, like Cuba, like Nicaragua, like Venezuela. The country of
But they're all
Panama is
coming
our
here.
longest,
They don't.
strongest ally.
Got Marines headed there. Let's call it out. But
Wait,
often
who's
these
he
things,
going to order a
often
DOD?
these
Peter
things are
Hegseth?
become distractions
Peter
for things that
One at
deserve
a
more.
time. There's no generals to push back on this. That's one of the problems. There
Yeah.
are no guardrails on Trump right now.
No.
There is nobody in that cabinet. There's no John Kelly. There's no General Mattis. There is nobody to push back on him.
Good, because we need his agenda. Ladies, it's not. The campaign's over. The campaign's over. Please understand that Donald Trump won. He is now your president too. Or you can leave the country. Or you can move somewhere else. You're free to do that. You're millionaires. Here's the thing though. Yes. He does not need those leaders, those woke military generals in there. He needs to get rid of them. He needs to get Pete Hegseth in there. We need a good leader. We need somebody that's a 4-star general that's just not winning wars. We need a good warrior, a younger warrior to come in and understand, like Pete does, that wash away all the DEI out of the military and put soldiers. We need fighting soldiers. We need smart people, smart soldiers. So, anyways,
When he calls and he says something absolutely insane. They've got both houses of
Yeah.
Congress. They've got the Supreme Court in his pocket.
in his pocket,
And so if
they're having a
Democrats
meltdown. This
want to
lady
get
loves to have a meltdown.
some guardrail, get out of your funk, stand up, protest, call out the abuses
See?
of power, and get
That's all
ready
we
to
have
at
to do.
least retake one house of Congress.
Retake it, call it out, fear mongering. So what is she saying? Do they need to, are they trying to say they need to do what the J6, they want to have a, insurrection? I mean, come on, man. Really? I mean, that's just crazy. So we're going to end it there because I'm not going to do that, copyright stuff anymore. But anyways, I hope you like this video. I've got more to come. The View always melts down. Can we not just come together, guys? Can we just not be a one country, a golden age like Donald Trump said? We need to bring it all back in. We need to really bring this country to the superior country of the world. We need to be the feared country again, in my opinion. And I think Donald Trump and JD Vance can get us there. I really do. And his cabinet picks. So it's 3 degrees out here, guys. It's cold. So I've got some things to do this morning. So make sure you go hit that like, subscribe, comment. Like I said, this is entertainment purposes only. So make sure you stay in your lane or crash the damn thing. See you later.